Alrighty guys, we're back for some Heroes Reality, and this is a Dominaria United Standard Brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so hope that sounds fun to you. What do we got in the build? This is a Mirror Box Brew, so 3 mana artifact. The legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control. Nice. Each legendary creature you control gets +1/+1. Each non-token creature you control gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control with the same name as that creature. So this is a very neat card where we're gonna be able to have as many like Giadas on the board at the same time as we want, as many Adelines for example. Yeah, we got all legendary creatures packed into here. So what else do we got? We got 4 combat research. So 1 mana aura, enchanted creature has whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. As long as enchanted creature is legendary, it gets +1/+1 and has ward 1. So pretty neat card. I got 4 witness protection in here, and honestly this can be whatever kind of removal you would prefer. And over here in the honorable mentions I have runic shot. If you're looking for a 1 mana removal spell to replace it, runic shot could be pretty cool honestly, but I'm opting for witness protection because I wanted to have a roadside reliquary because we have a lot of artifacts in here, and since I already had combat research as an enchantment, I thought maybe in some longer games maybe the roadside could come in handy. So I opted for the witness protection. I also think it's going to be pretty cool to slap this on like a Sheoldred or something like that. Oh, we might not see this too often. I should actually go over it. It is a 1 mana aura. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green-white citizen creature with base power and toughness 1/1 named legitimate business person. Loses all of their colors, card types, creature types, and names. So pretty cool card, honestly. And I don't know, we played with it a couple times in the past. It might be a little janky, but it actually puts in a lot of work too. So I'm curious to see if it's worth having in here just for the sake of the 1 roadside reliquary. So we have 4 Giada Font of Hopes here, and even though it's not an angel build, I think it's going to be pretty sick here. It's a powerful legendary creature. So for 2 mana, it's a 2/2 flying vigilance. That's pretty good. Each other angel you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each angel you already control. So in this deck, it's only going to work with other Giadas if you have like the mirror box on the board as well, obviously. So you can tap this, add a white mana, spend this mana only to cast an angel spell, and again, that's only going to work with other Giadas. It's going to be interesting to see how good this actually is. It's going to be particularly good because of that flying, like attaching a combat research to it, and then it gets that ward 1 as well. So yeah, sounds pretty cool. We got 4 the reality chips in here. So this is a 2 mana 0/4 equipment jellyfish, which is just freaking awesome. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. I feel like I'm gonna have to remember to be looking at my library. This is the first time I'm playing with the reality chip, I'm pretty sure, and I feel like it's gonna be easy to forget that we can see the top card. Either way, we're really playing this because it's legendary, and I think it's actually going to work out quite nicely in here. So it is an artifact too, that's worth noting. As long as it's attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. That's pretty good. Now the reconfigure is a little bit pricey, being at 2 and a blue, so we'll see. I think it's going to put in some work, and it can block a lot. And if you go turn 2 reality chip into a turn 3 mirror box, it's already a 1/5, which that blocks like everything, dude. So it's interesting. We got 4 Stenn's Paranoid Partisans. So this is a 2 mana 2/2 with Azorius colors up there. As Stenn enters the battlefield, choose a card type other than creature or land. So spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. So in this deck in particular, you're going to call artifact. Like every single time you're going to want to call artifact. I can't, let me double check. Yeah, you're going to want to call artifact. So if you make artifacts cheaper, you can do things like have a 2-mana mirror box, for example, and then if you play more Stenns while mirror box is on the board, you can call more artifacts, making all of your other artifacts even cheaper. Makes things like Reality Chip only cost 1 blue, which is really cool. And then we have Hero's Heirloom here. This is a 2-mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. As long as the equipped creature is legendary, it has trample and haste. That's actually pretty good, isn't it? So all of our creatures are legendary in this particular build. The equipment for 2 might be a lot. Like it's weird saying that 2 mana is a lot. It would be really nice if the equip cost was only 1, but honestly, maybe that would be too good. But doing something like making Hero's Heirloom cost 0 by having a couple Stenns on the board with a mirror box sounds really cool, doesn't it? So Hero's Heirloom is also going to work with our top end card, which we'll go over in just a second. So we have 4 Adelines in here, and I was pretty indecisive at first between Adeline or Catilda Dawnheart Martyr. And if you guys wanted to try Catilda instead, you could go for it. We do have the 8 enchantments from Combat Research and the Witness Protection, but that's it. So like, I don't know if the Catilda would be worth it necessarily, whereas Adeline is pretty much always worth it. It is a beast of a card. And then also, I really want to see Adeline with the Hero's Heirloom. I think giving Adeline trample off the Heirloom could be insane, because like Adeline's already going to be pretty stacked. And then if we have other things like Mirror Box on the board too, maybe a couple Adelines, that sounds really cool as well. So yeah, we'll see if it's worth it over the Catilda, right? So we have a single Relic of Legends. This is a 3-mana artifact. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Nice. You can tap an untapped legendary creature you control to add 1 mana of any color. So that's pretty cool, seeing that a lot of our creatures, yeah, I guess technically most of our creatures have Vigilance, so you'll be able to get a chunky swing in, and then you can always tap them down to the Relic of Legends, and maybe, I don't know, reconfigure the Reality Chip with that extra mana and stuff, right? Or cast things off the top if it's already reconfigured. I don't know if it's going to be worth more than one of these. I think the one of is going to be completely fine, but maybe we'll talk more about that in the final thoughts. So there's no 4 drops in the deck. We're going straight to the 5 drops here. Danitha, Benalia's Hope. We got 4 of these as well. This deck's pretty greedy, isn't it? I can only expect that it's going to be janky, but at the same time, I don't know, man. It looks like it's going to be decent. We'll find out, won't we? So 5 mana, 4/4, first strike, vigilance, lifelink, and when it enters the battlefield, you may put an aura or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield attached to Danitha. So there's going to be moments where you're actually not going to want to play out the Hero's Heirloom, because it'll be more efficient to just place it onto the Danitha when you actually just cast out the Danitha, right? So that's going to depend, of course, because yeah, it doesn't say like attach it from the battlefield to Danitha. It specifically says from your hand or your graveyard. So in this deck in particular, you're looking at a free Combat Research attachment or a Hero's Heirloom. And really, the Hero's Heirloom is what you want to hit with the Danitha, because it's going to get trample and haste, and you're going to be able to immediately swing in. So it would have haste, trample, first strike, and vigilance, and lifelink. So that could really turn a game around, having Hero's Heirloom with Danitha. So sounds cool to me. I think that's pretty much everything. We're rocking all 4 Plaza of Heroes over here. We got the Deserted Beach, the Wastes, and only a single Soaring City and a single Seat of the Empire. And it's pretty tempting to think about 2 of each of these, especially since we have Mirror Box. You know, the legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control, so it's tempting, but I really don't want to get held up by the mana base at all, which I think it's going to be fine, actually. I think it's going to be a pretty good mana base. We got 23 total land. Either way, hopefully I went over the deck well enough here, guys. And yeah, there's a ton packed in here, huh? Yeah, let's go ahead, take it over into some ranked and see how we do. see if we can get right into the first match here. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to show what the deck does than explain it right at the beginning. Sometimes it's easier. Like, the deck overall can probably be pretty explosive with the reality chip. Oh my goodness, this is not a great hand, but we have Mirror Box in our hand. Have a ton of stuff we can draw into. No removal. All right, I'm keeping it. Here's why. We got Mirror Box. Oh no. Oh no, it's going to be mono white right away. Oh, we drew a card. Okay. Woo. Ah, it was worth it, guys. It was worth it. It was worth the extra stress there. We'll see if Giada even survives. Since the opponent went first, we know like a Brutal Cathar can just gobble it up right on their turn 3. And it'll probably be right on schedule, but I mean, we're gonna have to try, I would say. Sun Gold Sentinel, yeah. This is gonna be an uphill battle, guys, for sure. Even with the best hand. Because mono white was somehow like underplayed. Like, we went up against mono white a few times. Oh, nice. The Brutal Cathar is not on schedule here. So combat research could draw us extra cards. We're in danger, guys. We're in danger. Mirror Box would be pretty cool. I think it's going to be combat research, because maybe we'll find our witness protection for like the Sun Gold Sentinel. Giada now blocks these well, and then also the ward helps protect us too. So before we do anything else, we're going to get that swing in, see what we draw. Witness protection. Okay. Right, so I think we'll just play the island. The question is the Sentinel worth the witness protection? Probably, since we're getting so low. It's a little bit funny. That's a legitimate business person, guys. Because, yeah, we're not going to block Giada into... Yeah, there's the Cathar, but we do have the Ward 1, luckily. Do have the Ward 1 saving us, so that's why the combat research was worth it over the Mirror Box. No swing and another witness protection. Okay, so let's get the wastes down. Soaring City only costs 3 since we have our legendary creature. I think we go Mirror Box. I don't think we have to keep the Soaring City open. Oh, we probably should have attacked first. Like, the extra damage here isn't going to do a lot. We should have seen what we drew first. I was just thinking extra damage off of Mirror Box. Okay, it's going to be a Plaza. And Witness Protection on Brutal Cathar. It's not like it's flipping to Night yet. Although, it would be nice before it gets to, like, the Moonrage Brute. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say we save the witness protection. Because, like, hitting an Adeline with the witness protection sounds much, much better. Let's go ahead and take out the Cathar here, and they are going wide, and it is scary. Yeah, let's get rid of the Cathar. Okay, down to 7, and another mana off the top. We only got 23 of them, guys. We'll get the Plaza of Heroes down. Now, I am tempted to swing first, though. I mean, the mana doesn't matter too much. We'll get the Plaza down. Also, just like a Mirror Box is fine. Extra damage might actually get us the victory here with the Giada. Now, let's swing. Let's get the draw first over the extra Mirror Box damage, because another creature would be great. Like a Danitha would be insane because of the lifelink. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Oh, the question here is, though, we can't do Witness Protection if we get the Danitha down. But the first strike is huge. Oh, man. Oh, wow. All right, let's do it. Let's get Danitha down. And we decline. So Danitha has lifelink, and oh, the second Brutal Cathar gobbles up Danitha. We are now forced to block the Adeline. Oh no, oh, that was such a tough decision though. So, oh no, they have the 7 getting through. Oh no, oh, GG opponent. Oh, I could have played that one better, guys. All right, so I guess the second Brutal Cathar was going to be a nail in the coffin regardless, right? Well, not necessarily. If I would have gone Mirror Box Witness Protection on the Adeline, and if they didn't have the extra planes, no, they would have had the, no, yeah, the extra 1/1 wouldn't have spawned in because Adeline would have been a legitimate business person. Ah, man. That was pretty sick, though. I feel like we did a lot there. I mean, up against Mono White, which might be one of the best aggro decks right now, honestly. So, cool. I like it. This deck seems like it's going to be pretty fun. The starter hand there, I probably could have mulliganed too. We got lucky drawing into the Giada as well, but you know, I'm really picky with my mulligans. Ooh. Oh, that's disgusting. Get out of here. We actually see our creatures, but we don't have a white source in hand. And so that's, yeah, I think that's a mulligan, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. We go first here, too. So I'm only going to keep one Hero's Heirloom. Yeah. I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and start with Plaza of Heroes. We have our turn 3 with Adeline. I'm tempted to go turn 2 Heirloom, but keeping it in hand isn't a bad... Nice. Stenn is huge for us. Because now we can keep the Heirloom in hand until we get the Danitha down. Reckoner, Bankbuster, okay. So we have enough for the Adeline here. We can also successfully attach Heirloom to the Stenn if we wanted to, but I mean, it's going to be Adeline, right? I think that is 100% okay. You want to do it before combat to get the 1/1. Sweet. Yeah, going first here could be huge for us. Really? Really? There's been a lot of conceits in ranked recently, guys. I'm shocked. It only took 2 cards, and the opponent may have like missed a 3rd land or something. That's possible, but they also could have drawn with the Bankbuster too. This is surprising. This is a surprising conceit to me. Either way, we were set up here, guys. I really liked this hand. Like, drawing the Stenn was huge there. The way the deck is set up, it looks like you'd, like... It looks like you'd constantly run into the issue of just drawing all the same legendary creature and stuff. But I did so many test draws with the deck to make sure that it drew okay, and it really does draw fine. This is fine. This is alright. We have a blocker here against an aggro build or something, so another reality chip, and we do have Mirror Box in hand, so excuse me, guys. Concealing curtains, huh? Alright, we got some mono black aggro, probably aggro. They're gonna keep the 1 open so that way they can cut down whatever we drop here. So, do we give them a target? Or do we just go Heirloom? Keeping Heirloom in hand's pretty good too. Dropping a Witness Protection. We should probably save this for Shieldred though. We have 2 reality chips. Let's see, because we might be playing around a card that's not there. It's most likely there, but we might be playing around a card. Yeah, there's the cut down. So what's the other option there? We just keep it in hand and pass the turn, and then they just keep the mana open again, you know? So I would hit probably Danitha, but that's not happening right away, so I can only assume they're going to take the Mirror Box instead. That's something we could have done, actually. Oh, they actually grabbed the reality chip, and we draw an Adeline instead. Wow. That could be huge for us. So, one of the options we had was wait for the mirror box, because then it would have had the +1/+1, and I believe that the cut down wouldn't have hit it, right? It would have been a 1/5. So we could do that right now, actually. We're taking a lot of damage, though, and it could be as simple as just the opponent having some basic removal in hand, like an Infernal Grasp. I'm going to try it, though. We're going to go mirror box here. We could have gone Stenn as well, called artifacts, and then witness protection on the revealing eye. That could have been good, too, huh? Well, Adeline's a blocker. The witness protection is very tempting, though. Like, the revealing eye's menace is terrifying right now. Giada's pretty good, too. It at least trades into the sleeper. No, it doesn't. Never mind. This is scary. Adeline can block. We're going to take one here. Instead of mirror box, maybe it was Stenn witness protection last turn. At this point, we can block the sleeper, but like I said, simple removal like an Infernal Grasp or something. 4th mana off the top is probably the best thing we can draw here. We got to get this witness protection down as soon as possible. Soaring, probably Vampire. We're getting really low. Block the sleeper. Too bad we don't. Oh, the sleeper has Death Touch, guys. Oh, we're just like super dead then, aren't we? That's a Death Touch counter too, so like the witness protection is particularly bad there. Couple Giadas, that's pretty sick, but yeah, we're just like super dead. Because what would have happened even if we didn't? Yeah, so I guess the Stenn would have been better, but now they can buff this with a counter to get it around death. But yeah, at least this is a legitimate business person, so we could always block that too. But yeah, I'm sorry guys, I butchered this game. Woo! Invoke Despair will go ahead and finish off the game for the opponent. That's funny, guys. I really butchered this one. So early on, if I would have saved Reality Chip back and waited for the mirror box play, maybe we'd still be in this. Maybe, because we'd have like a better blocker and stuff, but I don't know, honestly. I don't know. They had they were pretty stacked there. I mean, they are mono black, so they're gonna be pretty stacked. And then if we would have had the 4th mana, maybe, but also the deck doesn't need the 4th mana. So like, you know, you guys know what I mean? I think I just butchered that one. The block with the Adeline was pretty funny. Dude, Evolved Sleeper has so much packed on that card that it's so easy to forget that it also gets the Death Touch counter, which is actually one of the reasons why it's really good, huh? This is a terrific hand. Gonna go Deserted Beach first into Plaza of Heroes next turn. Maybe Stenn, but maybe Giada, because a combat research on the Giada on the following turn is pretty cool. Bank Buster, okay. So Plaza, Reality Chip, let's go Stenn. Call Artifact. Because we can put the research on the Stenn too. Fable, hi. Hello, Fable. Okay. Right, so we have our mana. That's good news. We'll go Deserted Beach. So combat research, I doubt they block. We could get a draw in. Hero's Heirloom too. We could actually equip it. Let's go combat research. As much as I want to put that on the Giada, I want to draw. I want to see what we get. Nice. Okay, a second Reality Chip. Could at least block the Shaman, but they're going to ramp off of it regardless. Let's go ahead and get Giada down. Hopefully we draw into a mirror box. This is like the perfect game to get a mirror box because we have so many of these early legendary creatures. They got their 4th mana. Swinging on in. Do we trade? Let's go no this time. Although we do know that a Rakdos build like this probably has a lot of removal. We'll hold back. They got a evolved sleeper over here. This has Ward 1. Soul Transfer on the Stenn. Yeah, they don't want us to draw off the combat research anymore. And we get to keep our Giada, so something like a combat research off the top would be pretty cool to keep us drawing. All of our artifacts cost 1 more again, unfortunately, so I wonder if we just ran down some artifacts last turn, if that would have been better. Oh, Danitha. Keeping Hero's Heirloom in the hand could be huge here. Do we want to keep Soaring City in the hand because it's about to cost only 2, which could be big. Let's swing in first. Reality Chip can come down. And keep Hero's Heirloom in hand for a big play with Danitha next turn. Soaring City only costs 2. We'll put a stop at their first main phase just in case. And then we'll bounce the Goblin Shaman so they don't ramp off of it again. That's what I'm thinking right now. Of course, if we would have done it on our turn, they wouldn't be able to power up Bankbuster. But honestly, if they power up Bankbuster with Sleeper, that's fine. They also have Reflection too, so I guess they could go Reflection and Goblin Shaman. Luckily, Reflection doesn't have haste, so they can't, like, copy this. So, yeah, I think maybe it was Soaring City on our turn, because here comes the Bankbuster. And then the Bankbuster gets a nice swing here. Luckily, we have Lifelink on the Danitha. Oh, they go cut down on the Giada. Are they going to crew up the Bankbuster, though? They still get a crew because of Reflection, so I just thought maybe they would use that so they get a swing with Evolved Sleeper. They go for Sheoldred. Oh, come on. I want to make that a legitimate business person. We're getting combat research next turn, by the way. Yeah, you know what? We need a land. Why did I think I had 5 mana? Screw it on up. Swing on in. We're just going to take the 4 here. We're going to take an extra 1. Extra 2 from the Sheoldred. Adeline's next up on the list. Yeah, why did I think I had 5 mana, guys? So overall, a pretty bad hand, and Adeline's up next. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're backed into a corner. Combat research on the reality chip isn't too bad. We really need to get the Danitha down. The first strike is huge for us. Okay, there's the timer yelling at me. This just lets us block more. And it actually means we could get to play something this turn, so we might as well. Next turn, we're just drawing Adeline, so we might honestly want to get the Hero's Heirloom down and be able to equip it to the reality chip next turn, but probably not. Probably not. Yeah, it's not looking terrific, guys. Not looking great. That is a very scary board. It's interesting being able to see the top card of our library. It's super interesting. I wonder if there's a land under that Adeline. If it's not, like, Adeline's fine, but yeah, making this a 1/5 with Ward, maybe the Ward protects us from something, you know? So they can buff this twice, give it Death Touch. Let's just take the damage. I think we're probably going to perish here, but you never know. If we see that mana in the next couple turns. Okay, Graveyard Trespasser. It's It's going to be a lot of extra damage, isn't it? How many creatures are in their grave? Maybe not a lot of extra. A Plains is next, guys. A Plains. We might be able to get there. We're going to have to block next turn for sure. They can Reflection the Graveyard Trespasser. A full swing? No, yeah, we're dead. Shieldred's going to get us. Ah, oh, man. I really wanted to get Danitha down. Yeah, my brain was telling me that Danitha was going to be, that I was going to be able to cast it out, but we just needed that one more. There it is on top, taunting us. Copy it at our end step so they get to keep the Trespasser, and then they could just go ahead and copy it again on their turn too. Pretty brutal, man. Pretty brutal. Actually, pretty cool deck. I like it, opponent. Just playing powerful cards. Looks like it works well, honestly. But this Danitha really could have turned it around, though. Yeah, the problem, it is a little bit weird keeping like the Hero's Heirloom in your hand just for the sake of a Danitha or something like that, instead of just outright playing it whenever you have the open mana, but it could have been worth it. It could have been. They could always buff the Evolved Sleeper to give it the Death Touch too, right? GG, going wide enough. So we're forced to block the Shieldred, and we're pretty much forced to block there, and then that extra damage is going through regardless, so. Reflection with Trespasser is actually really terrifying in like a longer match or something like that, where the graveyards are more stacked. Hey, good game, by the way, opponent. I don't think I dropped them the good game there. I was busy talking. Oh, no. Well, I think this deck is definitely capable of winning, so let's go ahead and get some more victories here at the end of the video, huh? Because our one victory was the opponent conceding like super early. Not a bad hand. We'll see that third, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll see that third. Like, we have the reality chip here too. Danitha's not the greatest draw. It's making me sweat a little bit. A lot of bank busters. We get to ramp off of Relic. We have a combat research coming next. Witness protection. No blue over there, so we might as well. Most likely just removal. So ramping off the... Okay, let me think. Should I have enough mana to go Heirloom here too, but it's not like we get to equip it, so we're just going to go into the combat research, and if they kill the reality chip, they kill it. It is what it is. Like, this is still worthwhile. If we went combat research first and looked for a draw, it's going to be witness protection off the top, so we wouldn't have been able to get the Relic of Legends down. But what this lets us do, if it actually gets through, which I doubt it does, lots of spot removal right now. So if that would have gone through, then the witness protection would have gone to our hand, giving us a chance to see land next turn. So we can get, once again, so Adeline's most likely going to die here, but there's no reason not to play it. If they use all their spot removal on these smaller things, then maybe the spot removal doesn't hit the Danitha. Could get an Heirloom down, we could. We still have the other one for the Danitha, so we might as well. Might as well get it onto the board, since we have two of them. Wonder. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, they didn't. Oh, I mean, they could do it now, but yeah. That is hilarious. The one time we tapped down Adeline. I should have known that, though. They had 4 open over there. Goodbye, Adeline. I have... Whoa, okay, Adeline is safe. It's got to be other removal in their hand then. I thought that was going to be pretty funny there. Well, we have the 5 to get Danitha down if we tap down the Adeline, which is probably the best bet because then we can give Trample. We can give Trample to the Adeline too, but they have 3 open. Bankbuster, it's got to be like a removal tribal going on over there, right? Alright, let's get the Danitha down while we can. Taps the Adeline again, which is hilarious. We're going to be swinging at that Wandering Emperor, though. Play Heirloom from hand. So cool, guys. We had the combat research if we want the ward, too, but I want the trample and the haste. But the ward... No. Yeah. We want the hero's heirloom. They'll have witness protection, too, if we really wanted to, after the swing, of course. Let's take care of this Emperor. It doesn't matter where we put this. They get to block it with the 2/2. Oh, don't be simple removal. Oh, we get to keep Danitha. We're up to 26, guys. This could be huge for us. We could tap down Danitha if we wanted witness protection, but this sure looks like another deck that's running like a Sheoldred or something. Go for the draw on the Bankbuster. This is funny. This is a fun deck, guys. It's like one of those ones where we're gonna have to try something similar to this in the future. Because honestly, there I don't want to say there's something here, but like there could be. I don't know. Let's discard the witness protection. Giada here is gonna be way better against like a deck like that. Okay. 1, 2. So let's get Giada down. Attach the heirloom. It's tempting to attach heirloom to the Adeline, but like this swing in the air because of the haste is actually insane. This has first strike too, so if they do something like power up Bankbuster and stuff. Yeah, Bankbuster would take care of the Adeline. That's probably what they would end up doing. Adeline is going to get a buff. We could take care of a lot of this on the board if that's what they end up blocking. Is it worth it? I'm going to say it's worth it this time round. It's going to be a 4/4. If they want to, like, a Bankbuster trade into Adeline is actually not too bad, especially when they have the chance to draw so many times with it every turn. Not every single turn. They go for double blocks. Samurais are out of here. That's fine too. Wow. You know what that looks like to me, guys? That looks like a depopulate. Oh no. Well, I guess I'm glad I swung with everything then. If we had Mirror Box, we'd actually be able to use the Relic of Legends to play the other Giada, but we wouldn't want to, because this sure looks like it's about to be a board wipe, unfortunately. This sure looks like it's going to be a depopulate. You know what this deck looks like with the Companion and the Beetle? It looks like a restoration deck. Farewell! That literally hits everything! Oh man! My soul! Do we play the seat? We play the seat because they have the beetles in the deck. Yeah, the virus beetles, you don't want to hold that in hand. Yeah, GG, guys. Yeah, that full block, like, we knew that something was about to drop. Sarah Paragon. Oh, nice. That's actually pretty sick. You are now a legitimate business person, though. There you go. Oh, we have the Roadside Reliquary, but we kind of lost all of our artifacts to the farewell. That's so brutal, guys. We have the enchantment, but losing the artifacts is rough. So, oh, a second Sarah Paragon. Okay. I don't think we draw off the Reliquary just yet. Spirited Companion, so it might still be a restoration build, but it might also just be Sarah Paragon. Oh, another witness protection. That's actually pretty funny. Thank you, game, I guess? Question mark? I mean... make it the two Sarah Paragons legitimate business people is awesome. Go for Destroy Evil. Oh, nice, nice. That's actually sick. GG Giada. Well, I mean, I didn't see a great way to come back for this deck anyways. We could still draw the one off the Reliquary, but yeah, let's wait one more turn. Get to recast the Virus Beetle if they want, especially. We'd want to wait till the end of the turn for sure. Yeah, Destroy Evil puts in a lot of work, guys. It really, really does. Alright, we're gonna take the swing, and I'm still gonna sit on the roadside here. Trespasser. Wow, this is just like Orzhov good stuff at this point, right? I like the ambitious farmhands in this build because, like, it's not going to be too difficult for them to start to flip those, but the Coven is holding them back a little bit here. Alright, let's see how much damage they can do in the next couple turns here. An Elspeth, oh my. Probably -3 right out the gates, huh? Well, no, because they could go like, yeah, lifelink or something. Vigilance would be cool too. Lifelink, yeah, that's definitely a nail in the coffin. I don't know what we could have drawn. We just had so much life that I didn't want to just like straight up give it to the opponent, you know? Let's take the damage, use the Reliquary, and then see what we end up drawing here on our turn 2. Wait for them to actually... Okay, yeah, there we go. Because they could have recast the Beetle, which is really cool deck opponent. We got an Adeline and a reality chip. Darn, you know, it was looking really good for us for a second, but you guys know how these board wipes can be sometimes. Completely flips the game in someone else's favor. They could give like flying there too to just definitely put the nail in the coffin, but let's go ahead. Let's not even block and just give it to the opponent here. Drop the good game because we could have blocked the 5/5 Glutton there. And I don't think that that match is actually worth sticking around. That's my way of conceding, right? Well, 20% total win rate. I mean, it's definitely janky, but is there something here? I don't know. I really like the deck. I want to try it one more game. Like, if the game goes too long, though, we will just go ahead and give it to the opponent. Why not, you know? If it goes too long and it's leaning towards the opponent, of course, because I feel like I have some stuff I want to say about the deck, but at the same time, there's not a lot that I want to change. You know, I think the deck is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. The big thing is other decks just do things a lot better. Good hand. I do think the 23 mana is enough, so that's good news. There are some games where we're like, oh man, it would be awesome to see more mana and stuff, but it's not like we're, you know, it's not like we really, really need it. There's some mana off the top too. Combat research next turn. Let's go Stenn here. Artifact. We might want to put a witness protection on the sleeper before it gets the death touch counter. Cut down for Stenn. Aw, that kind of sucks. Second sleeper and the swing for 1. So we're gonna get the wastes down. Giada with combat research, not witness protection. That would have been funny. Mirror box could be cool too. I think the combat research is the best bet since it gives ward. And we can swing in next turn to start drawing, which is going to be pretty important. I think, like, Adeline is a good draw too. He did Adversary, nice. It looks like they're not going to swing. And another mana, not bad. And we can always give witness protection to the adversary too. Start with the swing here. I don't know if we go mirror box. Let's start with the swing. I think it's going to be Adeline this turn. Reality chip. Oh. Okay, we're going to get Adeline down. And the witness protection is so tempting to save. It really is. Like a Shieldred could be awful. Yeah, I should probably save it, huh? The adversary is going to get through, but Liliana, and we definitely get rid of the Adeline here. Like, the Giada is going to be too important for card draw, and then we can also take care of the Liliana too if we wanted to. This is combat damage to a player draw card, so there's our 5th mana. I would love to just draw and not worry about the Liliana, because we could always discard the wastes. I'm going to do that, guys. It's a little greedy. Let's see what we get. Because it says to a player, it doesn't say to a player or planeswalker. A second mirror box. Alright, we'll discard one of the mirror boxes and we'll get everything down here. I think that's pretty good. Like, a second mirror box, like, it's fine. If they're going to +1 the Liliana, we get rid of one of the mirror boxes, and then we can successfully swing at the Liliana next turn, too. So, is that what we want to do? Because if we get rid of Witness Protection, like, the Shieldred that they're going to inevitably play at some point here, yeah, we need to put it into Witness Protection. So, second mirror box is gone. Tenacious Underdog, nice. Nice. Okay. So they can buff it twice, give it, let's take the damage here. At some point they're gonna be sweating too. So I'm assuming if it is Shieldred in hand, then I mean they're gonna play it this turn, right? Witness Protection is looking pretty good. Oh, it's second Liliana. Oh, they're gonna plus here? No, they're gonna have a sacrifice, and that's gonna be the reality chip. Wow. Evolved Sleeper. And another mirror box. Oh my goodness. I'm so tempted to just once again smack their face. Like, look, they don't have too much here. The problem is the Death Touch is getting through. Like, the Giada is not safe against the Death Touch. And then, like, the plus abilities on the Liliana. I guess we're just going to play everything this turn. Or try to. Let's see what we draw first. We're going to try to play it all. Depends what we draw here. A Danitha. Oh, what a draw. Oh, my goodness. We don't have anything fancy to put on it, but there's no doubt in my mind that we play this. First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. Wow. Oh, we have the reality chip. That's right. I completely forgot. The reality chip is in the grave. We can play cards off the top. There's another Danitha. Dude, this is looking huge for us, guys. Oh, my goodness. All right, we're going to get rid of the mirror box here, because I still think Witness Protection is great to keep. Hey, GG, guys. Look at that. Look at that last game. That's what we're talking about. Holy cow. Oh, my goodness. All right, view battlefield again. Yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah, one of the reasons Reality Chip is in here is because it is an, you can reconfigure it to Danitha, obviously. Reconfigure for free. The mirror box was on the board. Another Danitha was ready to go on top of the deck for next turn, which obviously works beautifully with mirror box. Holy cow. Yeah, the first strike on Danitha is so important. Like, all these Death Touch creatures, the sleepers, yeah, if they didn't find removal for Danitha, that was probably going to be it. So GG opponent. Wow, 33% total win rate. And honestly, there were a couple of those matches where I definitely could have just played the deck better. Like, I don't know how I manage some of those bad plays sometimes, honestly. But I mean, here's the deck list again. I really liked this one, guys, and I feel like I didn't go over that at the beginning, the fact that you can attach the reconfigure to the Danitha, but we've played the Danitha in the past where we've attached the Rabbit Battery reconfigure to Danitha, which, I mean, so I hopefully that came through while we were going over the deck. But yeah, that's really funny. Completely forgetting about the jellyfish there. Not like the free equipment mattered, What mattered in that last game was just the fact that we were able to get Danitha down. That was the big thing. Like the first strike, vigilance, lifelink. It's just like that's so many keywords, guys. Danitha just happens to be a really good card. And if we had like an heirloom in hand, then that would have just been a GG that turn. Well, I guess technically it was a GG that turn since the opponent conceded right after. But I mean, like, you guys know what I mean. Being able to give that haste or something would have just been insane. Especially since we'd still have it as a blocker then too. I really like it, guys. I actually think witness protection is still pretty good. Like it's a little janky, I guess. Like it doesn't hit everything, and it doesn't remove like these smaller little creatures that the opponent's swinging in with and stuff. But when it does its job, it does its job really well, and I think that's really cool. And like taking out those Sarah Paragons was really awesome for witness protection. Like it's just a really cheap way to stop an annoying creature. But it could still be another form of removal if you really wanted it to be. The deck is super greedy having all these 4-ofs, but it ends up working out, and we actually saw Mirrorbox a lot today, which was pretty awesome. I wouldn't change anything, but I think that it could be changed to make it better for sure. I think Roadside Reliquary, I think it's still worth the 1-of, and I think it was worth like having the witness protections for that sake too, because there are going to be a lot more like games that enter the late game, and so that Roadside can really go a long way in drawing just extra cards. And somehow the deck feels like you run out of cards really easily, even though we do have the combat research potentially drawing us cards, right? And we have like the reality chip potentially playing cards off the top of our library too. And that's really not a whole lot of card draw, I guess, overall. And when you're making stuff cheaper with Stenn too, you might be able to empty your hand a little bit too fast. But having that extra card draw in the mana base could go a long way as well. I feel like having an additional Soaring City or a Seat of the Empire, maybe it wouldn't have slowed us down too much, especially an extra Seat of the Empire. I feel like a little bit more removal could go a long way, and so maybe keep the one Soaring City, go up a single Seat of the Empire, and hopefully it doesn't hold you back. Especially, it won't hold you back at all if you have Mirrorbox on the board, so I mean, that's something too. Guys, if you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you. Let me know what you would add or take out down in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.